Hey guys, Ben Logan here, Kritter Kribs. This is our own coop. So we make coops for a living, but it was time that we actually built a big one for ourselves. And I'm gonna give you a little walk around. This is our deep litter coop. It normally comes, the basic model comes 12 foot long, and it has a little bit of a roof extension about 2 feet on the steel, and then the rest of the run is covered in hardware cloth. This one has all the options because it's ours, so we put them all on there. Our roof comes out 12 foot, then we have 4 foot of just hardware cloth, so it gives the birds a good balance of sunlight and shade. We also have these boxes on the back side. So you've got your, the upper box is your nesting box. There's one on both sides. We've got the duck hutches, and we've got our unique feeding system here. This is the auto feed system. We've got our run chicken door. This is an automatic door that you can put on the coop. We just make a mounting thing. This allows your chickens to free range. So normally you just have your chickens have access to the run, but you can program this to open up when you're away or when you're at work, and the chickens can free range and pick the bugs, and that's really the ideal situation. And then at nighttime it closes. Like I said, if you're out of town though, it can just be closed. Your chickens have plenty of space in here. We put solar lights on these. These are just little yard lights that have the little stake in the ground. We took the stake out and made a mounting bracket to make kind of a sconce out of it. We've got a big man door, so you can enter the coop this way. This allows you access into the 16 feet. You can see we've got some young birds here. They're not full grown, so they're still exploring. We just put them in. They're actually playing around in the duck hutch right now. They're supposed to be in the coop. They got to get acclimated to it. When they get a little older, they're going to make their way up into the coop. But I do think it's funny that they're just playing around in the duck hutch. And I'll show you the duck hutch in a minute, because it can be a storage box or a duck hut. We put solar lights that actually go all the way around. It's light out right now, so you can't see them, but it lines the whole coop and it looks beautiful at night. My fiance put a disco ball in here because she knows chickens like to disco. They actually like the light shining on the ground because it gives them something to peck at. But this is a roost bar. This is 12 feet long. We only have 7 birds, so they have tons of room in here. This whole unit sits on pressure treated skids, so you can drag it around the yard. I'm underneath the cover right now, so you can see how we painted that. We sealed it up so no predators can get in. This is predator proof. Guys, if you have a chicken coop, and I see this online all the time where people are killing predators, you don't need to do that. You need a coop that's predator proof, and you don't have to worry about the wildlife outside. You don't need to defend your livestock, and they should be well protected in the coop. So you can see over here, this is the watering system. We just have some cups. I'll show you on the other side. This is not copper, this is just PVC. I painted it to look like copper. Basically the way it works is drops down, fills the cup, chickens can drink out of it. On the other side here, this is a low waste feeder system. We designed this. I'll show you on the other side again. You fill up the different bins. This one's divided into 3, so this one's chicken scratch. This one's actually chick feed, I was just giving them what's left. And this is egg layer feed. Basically, it's a chicken buffet, so they can come in here and they can dine any way they want. Ideally, you want them eating bugs, but it is a chicken buffet. This is the ramp to allow the chickens into the coop. We've got a nice little door right here. It's actually stained. My fiance wanted a stained door, so we stained and clear coated it. The way that it works, closes, opens. This is to allow you more airflow. If you don't want the airflow, it's wintertime, you lock it right up. Shuts, locks, got a carabiner there. This little circular door, we CNC cut a chicken into here. This is how you lock it. That's how you open it. Allows airflow again. I call these my gravity shutters. These are on the windows. They just drop down. Gravity keeps them from blowing around in the wind. To shut them, we just have a little cam lock system. You can see underneath the coop, there's still plenty of room for the birds. We've got our birds down there. They're kind of hanging out. They're a little shy still. We had them in my brooder. I make a brooder called Ben's Easy Brooder, so they were in there. And they are actually in there for quite a long time, so they were waiting for this mansion to be built, but they got it now. So let's go out and we'll check out some of the other features. So if you come over here, this is the feed system. What we do when we create the roof, the metal's really sharp, so we actually edge it in this J-track. It's a siding J-track. It keeps things from being sharp, especially if you have kids. You don't want kids getting cut. So we put that on here. This is a PVC rubber membrane. What it does is it keeps the water on top of the steel so it flashes over and it doesn't get anything wet on the inside, so all your feed's nice and dry. Now if you look on the inside, divided into 3 compartments. So we got our chicken scratch here. This is the chick feed. This is the egg layer feed. Like I said, little chicken buffet. And the way that it works, you see there's a little hole there. I boxed in the bottom. As it drops through the ceiling, the chicken feed gets backed up in almost like a pyramid, and it can't go anywhere. So it's not going to flow out until the chickens eat it. And as they eat it, that just keeps getting refilled. So it's like a gravity feeder, automatic. You fill it and just walk away. Nothing to it. This is the nesting box. There's one on each side, same thing, flashing over the top. You have to pull a pin here because with the duck hutches here, I was afraid of predators getting up and raccoons lifting the lid. So you pull this little pin, it's on a chain, you lift that, and that's how you'd retrieve your eggs. Right now, we don't have anything down in the nesting box. Eventually, we'll put a nesting pad because I prefer a nesting pad over other medias that you're gonna put in there. But our chickens are not of laying age yet, so we're gonna have to hold off on that. They are not gonna be using the nesting box in the next couple weeks. This is the duck hutch underneath. So when you lift it up, the way that this works, you can see that we got our mealworms, we got our feed, we've got different stuff. If you had ducks and you wanted to cohabitate your chickens and your ducks together, the ducks can't climb the ramp to get inside, especially using the deep litter method. They're better off down lower, but they can cohabitate in the enclosure here. So what we did was we created these duck hutches, which are an add-on, but you can also use them as a storage box. So if you don't have ducks, and it also has a little prop, so I don't even need to hold it. You just can lift this up and it goes like this. If you want to use it as a duck hutch, you turn this little knob. This will hang over on the side. The duck can get inside. And then if you want to use it as a nesting box, not a nesting box, but a storage box, you just do what I said. You plug this and you can put all your stuff in here, and it's really nice and convenient to have your feed and all the different things that you want to keep inside there. We've got a functioning cupola on top, and then on this one we have a solar light. So our solar light actually, you just when it gets dark, I put in my hand over it so it turns on, but when it gets dark out, it will turn on. This is right on the inside here. So you open up these doors. That's going to allow you access into the inside. You can see that there's 16 linear feet of roosting space, so this would be good for 16 full-size birds in here. You got a roost up top, got the nesting bars on either side. With the deep litter system, you just add shavings and then you're ready to change it at the end of the year. You drop this down, you can shovel it down. I have it wheelbarrow height, so you can just shovel that right into the wheelbarrow. So close this back up. We got our plaque here saying it was designed by me, made here in Lapeer, Michigan. And like on the other side, you can see, oh, got the pin here. Pull this up, you got the nesting box here. And then again, on this side, we have the hutch. And this one's actually used for the chickens because they're still chicks and they haven't figured out how to get to the top side yet. They'll resolve that. We actually have one meat bird that we bought just because my fiance saw him and he looked lonely. We're not gonna eat him, he's a pet. And since he's a bigger breed, not really meant to go up the ramp, he'll probably just live down here. So it is kind of dual usage, but that's what that is right now. It's kind of like the brooder chamber for the chicks. And then over here, we have the watering system. And the way that this works is you just connect it right to a hose. If you wanted, you could put gutters on here and have a rain barrel fill up the reservoir here. And how it works is, just like a toilet has pressure coming in, you have a float. When the float goes up, it stops allowing water in, it cuts it off, and then it just gravity feeds down into those cups that fill. So that's the watering system. We have the lifting lid, and we also put a door on here to allow access into it. It's got quite a bit of space, so you could actually also use it as a storage box. And we balanced it out, so we got the feed and the water on one side just because aesthetically it's nice to have things proportional. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I told you I'd make a video. Hopefully the audio was good. I did buy a mic because I know I've got a lot of complaints about that. But hey, tell me what you guys think, man. We got the coop done, so I want to hear your feedback.